Hello, it is me, Anime Wheat, where we anime, and I'm here to bring you part 9 of What If Deku Had an Elemental Quirk. Today we're going over the Endeavor's Agency arc, and, well, nothing else, because over the next two parts will be the finals. Next part will be, part 10, and then 11 will be the final. Uh, yeah. um, my what ifs really depend on how long the arcs are, I've realized. But yeah, two parts left for this one. For What If Now Fumi, I do not know. Uh, I don't know if I want to go into season four, right? I don't know if I want to. But I will most definitely go into season four for my my next one. I don't know if I want to do it for this one, since I already had this plan way before season four was even announced. So I might stick to just the first three seasons and then end it. So it will most likely be this part. This this week will probably be the final. But if I do go over through into season four, that will add another two parts, right? So it will end on the same. I probably should do that. I probably will, honestly, so that it does end on the same part as the other two what ifs, right? Since my what if Asta, my Asta what if and my Deku what if only have two more parts, we are getting near the time I should be announcing the next two Deku and Asta what ifs, which honestly is harder to do than you think. Because I have so many ideas to where I really want to do them. Like, I really want to. But they're gonna be way more hard to choose from out of the many I have currently. So I probably will just wait until the finals to announce both of them. Well, at least for Asta, since I am currently also working on a Asta what if idea as we talk, as I record. Not as I record, but I hope you get my point. I'm working on one currently. Um, right. And the one I'm currently working on, I know I don't think, um, and G, G3, 3, you know who you are. Um, I don't believe he watches this one, but he did give me an idea, months ago to do a Urza type, like, deal. Like sword magic. So I'm currently working on sword magic, but I don't think I'll pick it, since this what if is currently using a sword. I mean, sword adjacent, right? But I don't know. I don't know. It will. The lore will be something either way. Um, right. I might do a basic idea. I think I might actually do a basic idea. Not really. It's not a basic idea. It's just a idea, honestly. As for Deku, man, um, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of ideas I should honestly do. Um, will I do them? At some point, yes. Right. But it's gonna take a while for me to get into them. It's a weird thing, honestly, for me to choose them since I love all of my ideas. I love them all, and I want to do them all. Um, right. I don't know. I don't know yet. We will certainly see within the future. And I'm at officially. I looked recently. I'm officially at 100 subscribers. Thank you all. I truly appreciate it. I hope I can get to 1K so I can actually start making or somewhere. I hope I can get monetized. Um, so that I can start making money off of these. Given money isn't a biggie, I don't care much for the money of this. I genuinely just want to share my ideas, my stories. Not my stories, but my ideas through what ifs. And that's all I really want to do. And this week will also be the next, actually second to final episode of my every other Saturday series. What if Deku was Law's reincarnation? Which will be something, right? Um, yeah. Without further ado, let me get a drink of water, and I think you should too. Uh, and then we can start this. Okay. I don't know how getting a drink of water has become a thing I can do and not get yelled at, like within YouTube. Um, no, genuinely, it is water. I'm not joking. I'm genuinely just getting a drink of water. I don't. I'm also not old enough to drink, anyways. I'm not old enough. So, yeah, I mean, I'm 17. This year I'll be 18. I'll be a legal adult. Am I gonna drink? No. Uh, yeah. I'll I'll actually get my ID. ID. Yeah. I think that's how that works, right? You gotta be 18 to get an ID. Oh, got no clue. Uh-huh. Um, yeah. Let's get into it. So we can first see Midoriya um talking with Todoroki about this about going with Todoroki to the to his father's agency. Midoriya would say, "Yeah, I'll go. I'll do it. Sign me up." And then Bakugo would walk up and say, "What? You're going to Endeavor's agency without me? Yeah, right. I'm coming too, half and half. Okay, cool." Then he would walk off. You didn't have to be mean to him. I was not being mean, okay? Yes, you were. I was not. If I was trying to be mean, I would have blown him up. I don't get how you're gonna think you're gonna be number one. You are genuinely Rude to people? You're not nice? What is that supposed to mean? Well, first, you're not nice to most people, to any people, period. And, well, I'm gonna be number one. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Don't mock me. Don't mock me. Hey, stop it. No. Then Midoriya would walk off. And then it would be time. They'd be picked up by their driver and would be heading their way to Endeavor's agency city. I don't remember which one it is. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Crap. Anyways, they would eventually arrive, being met with Endeavor. The three students would be in their winter gear. Okay, Midoriya still having the very same, well, kimono top and then his baggy pants. The only thing different is his boots. Um, they're split-toed boots, meaning they're kind of like sandals, uh, right, to keep your toes spread. Right. They would be white, no, black. Yeah, black. He would also still have his Nodachi, his sword, right? The same one, the sharp one though. Cool. Yeah, same stuff. Just time to for winter. He would have sleeves. I mean, given his kimono has long sleeves, but they're not exactly the warmest. So they're kind of like um, he would have an underlayer under his actual kimono, even though it is only two detached, like two sleeves to like a full on shirt. Right? They would be only sleeves. They would also have like a finger, like the fingers exposed. So they would be glove like, just with the fingers exposed. Fingerless gloves. Yeah, is what they would be. So his hands are still exposed, so he can still light them. I mean, given he also could still light him, but he would light his clothes on fire. So, yeah. Anyways, as they would continue, they would Endeavor would introduce him. They would talk, and then he would go stop the truck from hitting the woman. Is that what happens first? I believe it is. Is it? No, they wouldn't be in their hero suits. Not yet. They would still be in their school uniforms. Yeah, they would still be in their school uniforms. Um, I completely forgot about that. But yet, it would be they would have to chase down Endeavor from this. Get off of me! Right, they would have to chase down Endeavor. Um, so Midoriya would still grab his Nodachi, and he would use. I wrote it down. Well, he wouldn't say it, but he would use Undisclosed Silver Wind, which is a which is he condenses wind around himself to make him faster, to give him a little boost in speed. Well, a big boost, honestly. So he would be ahead of Bakugo and Todoroki, being able. He could sort of see Endeavor. Well, he would be able to fully see him stop the truck, and Midori would land. He would check on the woman as Endeavor would walk away. Well, not walk away, right? And Midori would proceed to try to stop the lady from beating the snot out of this other guy, the guy who was driving the said vehicle, right? And then he would, first off, he would stop. Uh, right. Then things would go on to where the glass. I'm gonna call him a revolutionary. Revolutionary. That's not who he's not one. The revolutionary with quotations around it would be taking all the glass from the buildings around him, as he would be saying stuff about Endeavor and heroes around this area. And then Endeavor, after getting the call about this guy, would head there, as he would be telling the kids, try to catch up, and blah blah blah. Okay, which Midoriya would be again ahead of the other two with this speed boost type deal. The silver undisclosed silver wind. He would be able to semi. He would still be way behind Endeavor, but he would be able to check where he's going, and he would be very close. As he would be, you know how Hawks takes care of the guy, and you know how that works. Midori would be very close. He would be having his arm reeled back as his arm would go full on silver, like metal, like as he would reel back. In Hawks would take him out as Midori would slide past this guy. He would knock into it like a trash can, and then which given he didn't knock over, he didn't let it knock over or like spill anything. It would be a dumpster, honestly. So he would crash into that and say, "Ow, ow, okay, yeah, yeah, of course. Hawks is around here." I dented it. Well, this is why we got. So as he since he dented it, he would stick his hand into the dumpster on the other side and start hitting it. As he would reshape it just by hitting it, and there. As Bakugo and Todoroki would catch up, which they were already caught up. Midoriya is the only one to actually just overshoot since Hawks took care of the guy. He just overshot. Because he jumped up high, right? Since the guy was semi floating, he was gonna jump like over him and punch him in the top of the head, and he just plain out just overshot and crashed into a dumpster. as Endeavor would be talking to the police, and Hawks would as well. And then Midoriya would walk over and say, of course. Todoroki would say, what happened to you? I crashed into a dumpster because someone took out the guy I was about to hit. Why? I'm a little faster than others. Yeah, I get that. But you didn't have to sleep the man's legs and let me crash into the dumpster. As Hawks would turn around, that dumpster's fine. Yeah, because I, I moved it back. I hit. I dealt with it. I hate glass. Anyways, who was that guy? He would Endeavor would say the villain's name. Never heard of him. Anyways, I think I caught up. Actually, you were there first. Well, you were there faster, and then stupid bird. What? Stupid what? No, nothing. Stupid dumpster is what I said. There was also a raccoon in it. You could hear a raccoon. Midoriya. Yeah, that raccoon is still. It's on your back. What? Oh, you stupid bear thing. As he would continue to. He would try to take the raccoon off of his back. Would you, would one of you please help me? And Hawks would say, yeah, I can help you before I get back on the job. As he would take a feather and lift the raccoon off by its collar. It has a collar. Yeah, no duh, I have a collar. It can talk. Yeah, I can talk. I'm an animal with a quirk. So, name's Rocket. And by the way, I'm not a raccoon. You are very much. What are you, a tanuki? Yeah, get it right. So, like, are you someone's pet? I mean, I have a roommate who's a human. So, an owner. No, a roommate. Sure. That guy totally won't go on the black market, right? And start trying to sell stuff. He seems like the guy to do it. Yeah, I know. He also stuck something to your back. What? Boom! I'm joking. The raccoon part is totally real. Um, it was just a smoke boom boom. Okay, it's just a smoke boom boom. And as it hmm, it exploded when Midoriya took off his jacket and looked at it, and it just exploded right in its face. Where did that thing go? My poor jacket. Hawks would be just laughing. Bakugo would be trying to hold a laugh in, but it would eventually escape. Midoriya would look at him with such a glare. I think this has another use. As he would take the thing that was stuck to his jacket off, as he would heat up his hands and then throw it at Bakugo, it would produce smoke again, right in his face. It would fall to the ground and then implode. on itself. Huh. It's not fun, is it, Bakugo? No, it isn't, Izuku. I kind of expected that, cat. Meh. Meh. Man, these guys are funny. Anyways, here, Endeavor, here's a book. I highlighted the image, the words that, yeah. He would explain the book entire thing, right? Um, right. These students would also get the book, because mostly Midoriya asked, "Hey, can I have one?" Hawks handed one to him, and Midoriya put it in his bag. Yeah. Anyways, what's next? I got a headache now. Then they would actually head to Endeavor's agency. The three students would make acquaintances with the Endeavor's sidekicks, as you would, right? Uh, then they would go on patrol with the same idea about, well, not the same idea, but the same thing as in canon, about how they just had to be Endeavor to one villain, take out one a villain before Endeavor. Okay, he would also teach them, um, well, all of them, to condense power, to hold it, and then let it go. Right, which Midoriya already knew a lot about that because he used fire. He with his wind part of his power, of his quirk. Uh, he condenses it a lot into a ball to either power up fire for his ultimate move, Blue Star. What is your issue? Talking to a cow. Sorry. It's a legit cow, by the way. I'm not calling anybody a cow. It's a legit a cow. Okay? It's a legit a cow. I record this on a farm, by the way, outside, so there's also animals around me. Background noise. I forgot to mention that. But you get my point. Anyways, he would know a lot about condensing power, right, with his ultimate move, Blue Star, and many other, um, like his flashes, like Flare Flash, Crimson Collar, okay, like that. He knew a lot about this. He's done it a lot with a lot of his life, with using his quirk and all that jazz, right? You get my point. I hope you do. Anyways, right? And so we would see a montage of Endeavor beating, outracing all these students, right? And yeah, you get my point. Oh, I need to stop. Uh, right, the montage of them, of Endeavor outracing these students on multiple occasions, uh, until eventually they would, um, until they would eventually, what I well, until Endeavor would get the text, they would be back at the, in agency. Endeavor would get the text from Fumimi after going through the book about them. Endeavor bringing the kids to have lunch with them, which Endeavor would do, and then they would arrive. Eventually, they would arrive at Endeavor's home. They would enter. Fumi would be there. Todoroki would kind of just be chill. He would just take off his shoes and go. Uh, as Fumi would say, well, usually the people who bring you to their home usually introduces their acquaintances. What? What? You got an issue with me now? Anyways, the cow I was talking about is right behind me now. Uh, I know it's a girl, female, but it's kind of scaring me just by the way it's staring at me. Anyways, enough of that. Um, Bakugo and Midoriya would introduce themselves. Fumi would introduce herself to them. Right? Did you stick that up your nose? That is the craziest thing I've ever darn seen a cow do. You know how people pick their nose? I just saw a cow do it with a stump. Huh? That's something. Anyways, they would talk throughout eating their lunch, as they do in canon, and then Natsu would get up and leave. Endeavor would do the same to go and uh, wasn't it pray about Toya? I believe so. I believe that was it. And so Midoriya would help with dishes, uh, as would Bakugo. And then then they would go on to talk, and then hear a commotion outside. This being the villain that captured Natsu. They would all run outside, right, to see what it is. Seeing what it is, they would all gets their self ready. As for Midoriya, he would activate or use he would use undisclosed silver flaming wind. What? You're gonna mess up my audio. Please don't. Undisclosed silver flaming wind, which he doesn't say the name of it because like they're not using their named attacks currently. After this arc is when they work on those, I believe. At least I'm certain. I'm pretty certain they do work on it after the fact. I think. Anyways, I mean, given Midoriya has yelled a finishing move before, but not all of his attacks are named attacks that he's named yet. I have just named them for um, my own case, for my own personal enjoyment, right? And So Midoriya would unsheath his sword. He carries that thing everywhere. By the way, he had it with him. He didn't trust the people at Endeavor's agency, especially Burnin, to trust with his blade. So he took it with him, and so he would unwrap it from its bag, and Fumi would say, "What's in your bag?" Oh, something this guy won't like much. So he would unwrap it, not unwrap it, untie it at the top, and then he would take it out of the bag and then unsheath it. The sword being the same sword, the black sheath with the sheath would have white eyes, design white eyes in like all the stages of the eye, like opened, then slightly closed, and then like halfway closed, and then a bit of it more closed, and then fully closed. As for the Suba slash cross guard, would be an 8. Would it be a wheel with 8 handles? As for the Suka slash hilt, that would be black, or I mean, yeah, black with a white cloth around it, causing the diamond shape. Given that's not what that says in my notes, that's how I describe it. It would still be the same height as, well, it is, right? Anyways, Midoriya would unsheath it and lay it down on the ground as he would, as the others would be dealing with cars or something. Midoriya would say, huh, down the street. Okay. He would go around, he would hop over the wall of the house, and he would maneuver through alleyways until eventually he would end up behind, or slightly to the side of the villain, the scarf mummy villain. He would move quick with undisclosed flaming wind. He would light his blade up fire, a flame, as he would run quickly towards Natsuo in his currently tied up position. Right, Midoriya would cut the whatever they are holding Natsuo, or Natsu. I forget. It's either Natsuo or Natsu. But cutting that, grabbing Natsuo himself, and then booking it out of there. As the villain would be trying to hit him, as he would run, Midoriya would eventually get to Endeavor and throw Natsuo at him as he would turn around and he would say, "Flare Slicer, charred fallen leaves," as he would slash. See, he does have named attacks. Not all of them, not all of the slicer or flashes or calls, um, or orders would be named, though, as of right now. But eventually they would be. Unluckily for Midoriya, the mummy would just throw up a car in front of him and he would just get out of the way. And Midoriya would say, "Are you serious?" As he would go running again, he would hop up in the air. He would say, "You made this your own choice." Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Where? Oh, there it is. as he would jump up in the air with his sword in hand, kind of like he's about to throw it. He would say, "Gale order." Um, Boros arrows, and within an arrow would be his sword. As he would throw it, these all six arrows would fly down from the air upon this guy. He would what? Anyways, I thought I heard something. Sorry, but he would bring up a card to block two of them, another card to block another two. But yet one would go straight through the car. He would hold up three cars, but not all. They would spill like the cars that were hit by the five arrows without the blade within it would be like still hit through, but it would stop because Midoriya died. They would be either hit in the engine or in a door or in the back, right? But the blade would go straight through. Why is that so spaced? Um, uh, Boros. Did I say six arrows or arrows? Boros is Boros is arrows. Yeah, let's do it with that. Right. So the blade, the actual sword with the arrow with the sword within it, would go straight through the car. Well, both doors, and catching the guy on the side of his, well, clothing, like around, well, actually, right by the neck, but it would pierce the clothing and goes into the ground. And then Midori would fall down well, on top of him. He would land, well, beside him, as he would say, "Your wishes don't always come true, but yet I can help you with some of them." As he would reel back his fist, he would say, "Flare hammer." Hold on. Am I saying that right? Yeah, flare hammer. Flare hammer. Dragon's claw. See, instead of his hand actually being in a fist, it would be like Sabo's fighting style in One Piece, with the two fingers, well, all four fingers, well, two of them together, well, four of them, well, Sabo's fighting style, Dragon Talon, Dragon's Claw. Though he would bring his hand down like Sabu's hand, and he would hit him in the face, like with his palm, and then he would kind of no, it would still be. It would have to be like dragon grab would be the where he would grab him. Just he would punch him in the face with a fiery hand. Okay, dragon's claw. There we go. That is not capitalized. Dragon's call. No, not dragon's call. Uh, claw. Okay. After hitting him in the face, he would be knocked out, unconscious, as the police would come up and uh, we'll see this. Midori would grab the blade and he would say, "Don't I'm hungry now. I should say don't do this again, but if you ever break out, you probably will. See ya. Have fun with them, uh, officers. Yeah, I'm hungry. So he would walk back just straight past Bakugo and Todoroki, Endeavor Natsuo. He would walk up to Fumi and say, "Did you make extras?" No, but I can make you more. I will gladly make you more after seeing what you did. Thank you. No problem. I'm just hungry. But you ate so much. Yeah, my quirk, elementalist, elemental body. Uh, well, my quirk. He would explain his quirk to Fumi, and she would say, "Oh, wait, you never said anything about your like wind." Oh, because it uses the air in my lungs. But after training it for multiple years, I kind of mastered it to where I can use the wind outside my body and not inside my body. It's a cool story. Where happened to my bag? Not bag, but holding sleeve. That's the word. There it is. Okay, there's my sheath. Okay, and he would put his sword back into the Well, he would resheath it and then put it into the sleeve, which he would put across his back. I will get on to making it more. Thank you. And with time skip. The teacher, well, Aizawa, 1A would get together in a training room. I forget what room it was called. Training ground, whatever. And they would work with teachers like Ectoplasma, All Might, and Aizawa to work on moves. Um, yeah, Midori would come up with a lot of names for a lot of moves, which will be written down by next part. I'm not writing them down now. Uh, all of them will most likely be named, hopefully. If not, a lot of them will be named. I'll get the orders named. I hope I can get all these slashes named. The other ones, well, calls, I'll try to get some of them. But yeah, that's where I'm not going to go into it. I want to keep that as a surprise. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it here for today. Um, Next part, we'll be going over the Meta Liberation Front Army arc, where they fight like Redestro and Gega Diamakia Shigaraki. The hospital. We'll see. We'll see what I want to do. Okay, we will see. So yeah, I should also say this. After the finals of these series, I will be putting them all onto a playlist on my channel. So yeah, I hope to see you all next time. Roll the dice. Have a great whatever time the rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching. I hope you have a great day. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Um, yeah. Hope to see you all next time. Roll the dice. Bye bye.